for the primaries next Tuesday. They'll be asked to vote on more than just the candidates.
7 News reporter Ann Maxwell is joining us live here at 7 on Main with more of the questions Democrats and Republicans are putting on that primary ballot this year and how each party uses these questions. Ann.
Hey Amy, hey Gordon. Whether you choose to vote in the Republican or Democratic primary, you'll have 2 policy questions posed to you on your ballot. I spoke with the chairs of both parties in Greenville County today about why these questions are on there and how they use the answers.
When you head to the polls for the primaries next Tuesday, you'll have the option to vote on more than just the candidates. Each party is placing 2 advisory questions on their primary ballot. On the Democratic ballot,
our 2 questions are: do you support passing a state law allowing doctors to prescribe medical marijuana to patients? And then, do you support passing a state law requiring the governor of South Carolina to accept all federal revenues offered to support Medicaid and Medicaid expansion efforts in the state?
And on the Republican ballot,
the first has to do with support of President Trump's tax agenda. And so the Republican Party is recommending yes, that we are supportive of President Trump's tax agenda. The second question is whether to have party affiliation when you register to vote.
Right now, South Carolinians do not include their party affiliation when they register to vote. They can also vote in either party's primary, regardless of their own affiliation. Local GOP Chair Nate Loip says requiring Palmetto State residents to identify with a party or as an independent when they register wouldn't mean they would have to vote in that party's primary.
This ballot initiative, or this question for a recommendation, would not close the primaries. It would just tell the Democratic Party and the Republican Party who is voting in their primaries.
In fact, he says that's the purpose of the first question about President Trump's tax plan.
Do y'all use that question to say, like, oh, most of the people voting support this, so we want our candidates to also support this, or is it purely just to see whether or not they're a Republican?
Generally purely to see whether or not they're Republican.
He says the party then knows who they should target while campaigning. Democratic Chair Kate French says Democrats use the answers to see where voters stand on the issues.
It's information that we can use to present to lawmakers and our local legislators to say, here's what we think, here's what we would like you to act on.
It's interesting to hear the mindset behind each party's approach to these questions. But the bottom line for the questions is they have no impact, right? They have no legal value.
That's exactly right, because it's the primaries. So, yeah, I mean, it's not like if you say yes or no on one thing, that's going to become a law. It's really just for party leadership to, use for their own purposes.
Interesting, Ann. Well, we'll see what happens with the results on election night. We're just about a week away.
Yeah, that's exciting.
A man in custody